Good evening and welcome to NCC News Tonight. My name is Michael Griffin and I'm here to bring you the latest. Starting off locally, the Naperville City Council voted on whether or not food trucks should have the ability to operate without a permit, and the decision is shared with us tonight. Moving across the world, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky refused an offer to be rescued and given asylum by the United States, continuing to stand by his people. In other news, with the Russian invasion of Ukraine, certain Russian athletics are barred from participating in worldwide competitions, adding to a growing list of sanctions imposed by the international community. Moving back home, it looks like we have sunshine and warm temps coming at us this weekend. Claire will bring you the local weather forecast. And lastly, in the world of entertainment, the new Batman movie has just launched, and yet another generation is being introduced to the Batman. We'll look into reviews of the newest film and how movie theaters are raking in. Let's get started. Good evening. We start off tonight by bringing you an update on the recent vote out of Naperville City Council on whether or not food trucks can operate without a permit. Brandon is in downtown Naperville this morning to bring us the latest. Brandon?
With a 5-4 vote, the Naperville City Council has rejected the requirement for food vendors to have a permit. Therefore, food vendors will no longer be required to have a permit when they're operating.
Thank you so much for that update, Brandon. Next up, we are going to move across the world to Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, where our political correspondent Corey Griffin is on the ground. Corey, what's the latest over in Ukraine? There was intense fighting last night in the southern Ukrainian city of Kherson, causing it to be the first major Ukrainian city to fall into Russian control. However, Russian President Vladimir Putin is becoming increasingly frustrated on the lack of control he's managed to gain over the country. With more than outstanding resistance from the Ukrainian people, the Russian army has considerably lacked the ability to get any control over any major Ukrainian city, including the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv. Over 1 million people have fled Ukraine so far, spiking one of the worst refugee crises in Europe since World War II. That's all from here in Kyiv. Back to you in the studio. Thank you very much for that update, Corey. Stay safe over there. Moving over to the Russian side of things, the consequences that the international community continue to impose on Russia for invading Ukraine continue to mount, destroying the local economy. However, private entities are also beginning to impose their own form of quote-unquote sanctions on Russia. This comes after FIFA has barred all Russian athletes from competing in the next World Cup. Brandon has the latest in our Sports Center.
Thank you, Michael. Russia has been banned from the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, as well as their club's team Spartak Moscow from Europa League. Russia was supposed to play Poland in the 2022 World Cup playoff qualifier, but now Poland will just move on with a bye. As well as Spartak Moscow, they're supposed to play RB Leipzig, but now RB Leipzig will go on a bye as well, as they'll go on to the round of 16.
Thank you again, Brandon, for that amazing reporting. Coming back home, we're going to take a look at the weather, and as temps begin to rise this weekend, it looks like you may finally be able to drop the winter coat for a little bit. However, will it last? Next up, we'll be hearing from Claire and her weather report right after the break. And we're back. Now let's head over to the Weather Center. Claire, how's it looking out there?
Current weather conditions are looking promising this weekend. The sun is beginning to shine and temperatures are beginning to rise. Today we have a high of 36 and a low of 26, and this will remain consistent throughout the week. This weekend, temperatures will begin to increase with a high of 70 on Saturday and a high of 60 on Sunday.
Looks great out there, Claire. Can't wait to get there and enjoy it. Last up, we have the release of the newest Batman movie. Claire is here with her report on the box office ratings and how movie theaters are actually raking in profits.
AMC theaters will be raising prices for the new Batman movies. After 2 years of a severe income loss, they're betting that the movie will be a box office hit. Moviegoers can expect this to be a continuous trend as they return to the movie theaters after the pandemic. Overall, audiences seem to enjoy the new film, rating it at a 96% on the movie rating website, Rotten Tomatoes. I'm Claire Roth, back to Michael in the studio.
Awesome, Claire. Can't wait to go see it. However, I might just wait for it to come to streaming. That's all for us here at NCC News Tonight. My name is Michael Griffin, and I will see you all tomorrow.